What's up, everybody? It's your boy ShowtimeDr. I'm back. So we're going to go through the translated Korean dev notes now, as I promised in my last video. Shout out to Jay Cena for giving me the link while I was busy doing crazy stuff, and let's get into it. So I went through these briefly, but this will be the first time I'm kind of not distracted reading it, so let's get to it. Dev note, first raid type labyrinth, Queen's Nest. After the fall of the Apostle and Chief Nurga, somehow the ancient Aziman. Alright, all storyline, that's fine. I just want to get to the specifics. Okay, players have to get rid of the Raid Labyrinth bosses in order to obtain all the special loots they're carrying. Raid Labyrinth resets every week on Monday, and until it resets, defeated bosses don't appear again. Scout effective paths and experiment with the characters you possess to form your team. After looking at the loots, decide which boss to fight is also a very good strategy. We are also considering various factors to add that will make the labyrinth more interesting, such as hidden bosses and events. Oh, that's cool. Exchanges special tokens that you obtained in the labyrinth to get awesome rewards, including raid equipment and more from the merchant located at the entrance of the labyrinth. Yeah, this is an excellent addition. I'm very happy about this because there are very few, in my opinion, the ones I've seen, very few mobile games that do rating appropriately, that they scale it up appropriately, and likewise they scale the loot appropriately, if you understand what I mean there. So that's pretty cool. I'm enjoying that, and especially since they're talking about like hidden bosses and scout out a path, that's excellent because that makes it so that, at least in theory, it's not going to be the same thing every time, depending on which team you're taking and which boss you're hitting, etc. And that's what games like this have to consider, is that it's not just a monotonous, it's the same dungeon for 6 months or whatever. So that's pretty cool. Looks like the monster concepts are pretty cool too. Alright, so let's get to the guild stuff here. Guild operations, tentative, and PvP. Guild operations will be Epic 7's first co-op content. In order to start guild operations, the guild leader will have to use the guild's resources to open the battlefield. Characters used in offensive war will not be will be not available to other content of a game until the guild operations are finished. Kind of a rough translation there, but I'm assuming they're saying that you're going to have to use the characters in there and you can't use them anywhere else. Yeah, hopefully. I don't know. If someone knows for sure, let me know. This means that having a lot of characters will be advantageous. Yeah, so I guess I'm leaning towards that's what it means. The dungeon that will open consists of a variety of objects and numerous forked roads. Guild members must share a simple role, which is to explore unexplored areas and then take on the final boss. That's cool. Choosing an area appropriate for the guild's capability offers a tense experience and gives a feeling of delight. Yeah. Guild PvP, here we go, is a competitive contrast content between guild versus guild that allows users to play as simple and stress-free as possible. We'll see. Guild Battle completely destroyed the other game I'm covering. Rewards are also provided to defeated guilds, but rewards are only given to those who participated. Results are also important, but rewards for the guild wars designed to be given based on individual participation. In the long run, we're also planning for a regular guild competition system, but we would be able to introduce that in 2019 earliest, so don't count on that. We're currently planning a 3-character party guild PvP play. Okay, that's cool, because I don't like it when there's like too many moving parts. Expect a whole new feeling, speed, and strategic play that you haven't seen in a 4-character PvP before. New character class changes and challenges. New class changes for Hazel, Church of Eos, Axeman, and Ruzid. I assume that they're doing that because they're trying to make them more playable, although hopefully they don't go the route of giving them... Well, never mind, I shouldn't even bring that up. Those of you that played Knights Chronicle know what I'm talking about. But yeah, Hazel looks cool. I don't know, I'm a fan of how Hazel looks. They don't have to prettier her up for me, but whatever. Women are forever enslaved to physical appearance. Church of Eos X, that looks pretty cool. Whatever. And this is the dog guy. Characters above are all getting visual upgrades, with both Hazel and Lucid having a big development. Especially for Ruzid, he is being designed as a new asset, especially to players who are making good use of the action gauge to strategize. We are preparing a shocking challenge content to be released soon, and everyone can expect new characters and new rewards. Okay, that sounds cool. Yeah, they're trying to make some characters that aren't played as much a little bit more viable. By the way, guys, if you hear a beep in the background of my videos, I'm using my aunt's computer while my computer's still getting shipped, along with everything else I own, pretty much, except my clothes. So I can't do anything about it. It's her computer. I'm not going to mess with her computer. That's her getting emails because she's an author. So if you hear the beep, you want to bitch about it, whatever. Alright, so reformation of reward system. Right now, people gain too much stigma from the Abyss cleansing. Oh god, they're going to nerf that. Which resulted in a lack of satisfaction from other goals that award stigma. No, it didn't. We are planning to significantly reduce the amount of stigma gained from the cleansing, but increase the stigma reward from Expedition to balance it. Yeah, but not everyone runs Expedition for stigma, though. Like, I'm running it for PvP tokens, and I was planning on running it for Ancient Coin. Ah, guys, God. Alright, whatever. That's just the way it is. Abyss Cleansing will also give much more gold to increase users' daily gold gain. That's good. And we plan to make XP gains from upgrade stones to cost half the usual gold price to help users with the gold problem. We're also looking into maze coins primarily being gained from expeditions, likely going to reduce the coin rewards as well, and then increase the rewards of the maze itself. What? We're also noticing huge stress users gain when the maze run flops and seek to add additional features relegated to it. If you fuck up the maze, that's your fault. And they give you free tries, so sorry. I got no sympathy for you on that one. Well, I should couch that. There is one maze later on where, like, dude starts just one-shotting characters if you don't have the proper things, and you wouldn't know how to bring the proper things. So I guess I could see it in that case, but in my opinion, they should just nerf that guy to not one-shot everybody. But whatever. Doesn't matter what I say. We're also planning to add gold dungeons to increase the drop rate of 2-star mobs from stages by twice. See, God, this is rough. It depends how they set it up, because if it's like one of those things where it costs stamina, then that's more stamina we got to burn for gold every day, and you should just add more gold to everything else, in my opinion, rather than giving us a whole nother dungeon to run, because there's already plenty of stuff to run. But, I mean, they're going to do what they're going to do, so... Character balance modification policy. Here we go. I heard a little about this. I don't think I'm going to be happy. Every character will have the shiny point that makes them stronger than anyone else under a specific use, which is what the dev team aimed towards doing, especially for 3-star characters. However, we have noticed some 3-star characters are way too widely usable and good at it, and the users are sending us valuable feedback. We have been careful to approach this matter. We also understand the community's resentment due to our unclear responses, and we wish to communicate with the community by revealing our work processes and goals. That's good. I like that last sentence. Characters will not be balance patched solely because they have a moment of being OP or it is very useful in certain content. They will be changed if they are used in way too many contents and effective at all of them. I'll have to talk about that later. Or if the character does not have a counter in their strong content. Yeah, that's fine. When we do decide to change a character, we will announce it ahead of time and they will stay strong in their intended field of use, and we will reward users to at least match their investment to that character. I don't get that one, but whatever. Our current ideas are grace periods on change characters to refund skill upgrade materials. That's good. If this idea passes, it will be applied to all characters with the nerf history. Okay, let me speak on this. So, invariably in every video game that's either competitive or RPG farming, whatever, there's always going to be those characters that are highly useful in X content, Y content, Z content, and a couple of them cross over. Nerfing those characters, not necessarily the best way to do it, because if I invest in, it's not only skill upgrades, if I invest in the time to take, and it takes a considerable amount of time to get them 6-star, if I invest in getting them, what's that called? The Awakening Quest. Okay. If I invest in gear for them, specifically tailored for them, then you're going to have to refund all of that somehow, which is something I'm pretty sure they don't want to do because skill upgrades is easy, gear upgrades is not, but I guess you could just switch the gear around. But if I have a hero that's at 6-star and you nerf it, I'm going to be fucking pissed. So that needs to go into consideration as well because you can't tell me that a character is too effective. Well, no shit. We use the character because it's effective. So if you're going to nerf the character because you want multiple other characters to be useful, you know, it's like, well, I shouldn't bring up specific characters because I don't want them to get the wrong idea, but like, you just need to understand there's always going to be that character no matter what you do in the game that's going to be more useful than other characters at XYZ thing, and that's just the way it is. So rather than nerfing them, and now if they're clearly ridiculous, okay, fine, you know, whatever, but if they're just useful, don't fucking nerf them, you know? Like, and you say, well, it's a 3-star character, so it's widely available in XYZ. Yeah, but like if I invest all the things I said before, and if I also invest like we get clones of the character and I invest in upgrading their aura, I don't want to see that character get nerfed. Yep. And I will warn you right now, Smilegate, if you continuously look to go to things that are effective, not only heroes but skills, like I heard there's something about the defense buff later we'll get into, and stuff like that, and you start nerfing those things, you need to really pay attention to, okay, if I nerf defense buff, who's that going to screw? You know, is it going to screw, say, Carmen Rose, Elson, etc., all the characters that use defense buff, and you were trying to balance it because in this one raid encounter or this one thing where, like in the PvP teams, people put those single heroes or that team that's just basically there to delay as long as possible because they want the anti-healing, or the teams that are too tanky, that are just trying to outlast, they have that debuff that does AoE damage if it's a player versus an NPC. You know, you have people building around that, so if you're gonna nerf multiple things, hopefully they're keeping in track, and they've done a good job so far. They're keeping track of exactly who it's going to affect, because I like that the buffs are powerful in this game. I like that the breaks are powerful in this game because it makes the skill mean something. It's not just some BS where you just stack it on top of 20 different debuffs or buffs. And I think personally that is a benefit to this game. Now, if you have people complaining, surprise, people always complain. But I personally hope that they do not nerf, and we'll get into that later, defense buffs. Character things, that's always going to be an issue. But, you know, just realize, guys, you nerf a character, then what happens to everyone that invests in that character? It's way more than skill upgrades. So I'll get off that now. Battle balance. We are currently preparing some buffs for characters who are guaranteed with upcoming buff and are undergoing tests are Rose. I don't think Rose needs a buff, but okay. Dingo, Euphine, Coley, and ML Aether. It's funny that they feel like they have to buff ML Aether. There are also other characters that we are reviewing right now, but we will share more details in the next dev note after further testing. What do they want to buff about Rose? Rose is already good. The other characters I'm not sure, but Rose is fine. Yeah. Whatever, hopefully they don't regret it. We learned that, oh, here we go. The defense buff is way too strong and it will be adjusted. We will make sure that the characters who revolve around high defense or defense buffs will be adjusted accordingly to maintain their position of power. And we'll see. I just hope they don't go. Because, Smilegate, you run a risk, and I've noticed this about your developer, and for the most part, he's doing a great job. I understand because he's jaded about Summoner Wars and etc. But you do not want to get into the habit of nerfing things that are effective and nerfing things that are unique, etc. Because if you do that like 2, 3, 4 patches in a row, me as a gamer playing this game, I'm going to say, oh, this combo or this buff or this whatever is really good. Oh, I'm not going to invest in it because Smilegate's just going to nerf it when everyone starts using it. Like, don't be that company. Don't be that company. If you got to adjust a little bit, that's fine. But don't do it all the time because there is kind of an expected, if I invest in something, I want it to be good. And you're going down the League of Legends path where Riot, they would be like, hey guys, look at this new hero. Look how effective they are. You will totally want to buy all the skins. You totally want to get everything. Get the boost package. Yeah. Isn't that character great? Isn't that character great? Then you invest in them 2 weeks later after yeah, we nerfed that character. Hey guys, there's another new character. Look at this character. Look at how OP they are. Isn't that great? And on and on and on. And Riot did that shit for years and years and years, and everyone fell for it. So do not become that, please, 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 please. Thank you. And let's keep going here. We understand that this will be affecting players' game progress and possibly rig arena rankings, you think. But we find that it will harm the game in the long run, so please bear with us for now. Yes. There we go. Summon rate up and guaranteed summon system. We're preparing a guaranteed measure in regards to users who excessively complain, consume bookmarks, but still fail to get a character. Yeah, that would be me on my second account, but I'm not complaining though. It's just RNG. You know what you signed up for. We are reviewing a guaranteed system regarding the rate up banner in cases where the character still can't be obtained even after summoning for a certain number of times. Improvement and changes to the summoning system will make a huge impact to the service, so it should be approached with utmost care. We'd like to receive a lot of suggestions regarding this. My suggestion, just do what Dragalia Lost did. If you don't get a 5-star or at least a 4-star or something, boost the rates by 0.1% until you get something. Then reset it. That would be my opinion. Because, yeah, the summon rates in this game are kind of low. I got no issue with it personally, but, there's complainers, so they want the characters. And you're talking to someone that on my second account, I've summoned on Destina's banner probably 30, 40 times, and I haven't gotten one 5-star at all, so... but I'm not complaining about it. I'm making do with what I got because that's how the game works. So once I get to 10-10, I'll probably start complaining. In-game chat. Bad idea. In-game chat will be supported soon. We think that mostly the problem why users negatively think about the chat system is because they can't hide the general chat. Epic 7's in-game chat is basically designed to support guild communities. However, players will also be able to chat with other users if needed. In-game chat is always a bad idea. Guild chat? Okay. In-game chat? No. Because it just turns into whatever. Doesn't matter. Regarding last week's update, we are very sorry about the Abyss change that caused huge upsetting in our community. We learned certain Abyss floor bosses were boring and too easy. Who complained about that? I don't give a fuck if they're boring or too easy. I just want to kill them. Based on user feedback. Good job, idiots, by the way. So we tried to make them fun and challenging, and it unintentionally resulted in increased difficulty of said floors. Huge claps for the idiots that complained about bosses being too easy, because then you made them too hard. Our intention was to make the content more fun, not harder, and we have learned the community's inconvenience, so we will be balance patching said floors soon. We are also sorry about Luna's censorship incident. We were too scared of being re-rated by the Korean version of the ESRB and made abrupt changes before being able to make well-timed announcements. Yeah, right. Every fucking company that makes a game in America or global, they always censor, all the nice, well, it's just stupid. Dragon Emblem, Fire Emblem. In the Japanese version, you can pet the characters, as you can in every fucking Fire Emblem game, and then suddenly in global... No, we don't want to be rated, whatever. It's like, guys, we'll play the damn game. If you're upset because you don't think you'll get the kid population, guess what? Kids don't care. They'll download the game anyways. Whatever. I just wish. And of course, they didn't have time to pre-announce this. What are you going to pre-announce? Hey guys, we're censoring Luna. Whatever. Other system and quality of life changes. We're preparing various UI functionality improvements such as convenient Abyss purifications. That's good. Interesting systems associated with content such as assist characters that automatically opens the treasure chests on the path. That's cool. All this information are planned to be implemented between next week and December, but please understand us. These are many contents and require approval and internal testing. Yeah, we get it. Luckily to carry past December. Yep. One suggestion for quality of life, guys. Two, actually. Put a retrieve all button in the mailbox. And also put a retrieve all button. Actually, this is three. Just retrieve all buttons. Retrieve all buttons in the achievement tab and retrieve all buttons in all the quest tabs, whether it's event or whatever. That would be very nice. I mean, otherwise, I mean, at least they're communicating their stuff with us guys, and I got disagreements with it, but I'm not, super pissy about it. It's whatever. I still think that's funny. People complained about things being too easy. Yeah, that's great. Do you guys go to your job and do that? This job's too easy. And then like they start requiring you to do hard stuff. Oh! Never listen to people who say things are too easy. Anyways, but overall, that's pretty cool that they gave us that. Well, at least they gave it to Korea. I'm slowly learning how to use this Apple computer. The command tab is basically the shift, or not the shift tab, well, whatever, it's how you copy paste instead of the control on the computer. So I'll be putting a link to these notes, guys, the translated notes. Let me know what you think. Overall, I think it's really good. It's funny, some of the things that they obsess over, but, there's been way worse, so. As long as they're making a conscious effort to be better about their game, I'm happy with it for the most part. And they got a real good PR team, so I can appreciate that. But yeah, let me know what you think, guys. It's promo time. Yo, I'm ShowtimeDr, ShowtimeDr. You found my YouTube. Hit like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Also, there is a link in the title info to my Discord. Come in there. We got an Epic 7 tab. And also a link to my Twitch, which I won't be able to stream to for a bit, but when I do... Return of the Mac. Return of the Mac. We'll see. And that's it for this video, guys. So peace out. Have a great day.